Needle minders are a lot of fun. You really, if you need one at all, you only need one. But they're like pretty jewelry for your stitching, so I'm collecting them and finding more and more. And one of the things, aside from the fact that it's fun to have a different one on each of my own projects, the needle minders make it easier for me to recognize my friends' projects on Instagram or Facebook as I'm scrolling through my feed. So that's an unexpected bonus. There are lots of companies selling needle minders, and so many of them are so gorgeous. But it is also very easy to make your own. All that you really need are some of these strong craft magnets, some E6000 glue, and some things to glue to your magnets. So let's go shopping and I'll show you where I shop for needle minder materials and what is out there. This is the jewelry section at Hobby Lobby, and I have found a lot of great pieces here that I think will make fun minders. They do have their different lines, I guess you would call them, of charms on sale 50% off very frequently, or you can always use the 40% off coupon in their app or print it off on your printer at home. They also, if you can see all the red tags, they clearance these out what seems like on a semi-regular basis. I almost bought these little books, but then decided against it. Some of their stuff is so glittery and sparkly. You do want to watch the weight because a very heavy needle minder will pull on your fabric a bit. So, and as you use them, you'll get used to what you do and don't want your needle minders to be like. There are all the pretty blingy things, and there are so many different possibilities and designs that buying things to make your own needle minders, one of the things I like is that I think you're a little bit less likely to have the same ones as your friends have. Also, these tinier charms that are too small for needle minders, they are great for stitch markers for knitting. These were in the scrapbooking section and they were called spare parts. I think they might have been Tim Holtz. I can't tell from my pictures here. I love the keys and the locks, and I definitely want to keep an eye on these and pick some up for my needle minders for future projects. This is at Joann's, another place that I check for needle minders. Their selection also seems to change a bit as the months go by. On this day when I was looking, they were 50% off. I can't remember exactly what the sale encompassed, but these would have been 50% off. And I just, when I'm in the store, especially if they are on sale, I look through the aisle and see if there is anything that I can fall in love with. I may go back and pick up this little door. I can't remember if it seemed too heavy or if I was just being good because I had a gift card to use at a different store, so I didn't need to buy things from Joann's too on that particular afternoon. These little camera charms, I've made some needle minders out of, and I love them. I had video of the button section, but it disappeared. I'm going to have to get creative and use my Dremel to smooth the shanks off of the back of these buttons, but they are so cute, and especially that little camper in the trees. I would love to have that as a needle minder on some of my projects. These are at Craft Warehouse in their jewelry section, and they were kind of in a corner by themselves. I'm not sure how they define steampunk, or maybe I don't know what steampunk is, but some of these will make great needle minders. And I did bring a few home with me, which I'll show you in just a moment. At the end of the day, I came home with these. They were from Craft Warehouse, and I found them in their jewelry selection. There is a bat. If I was really fancy, I would find a way to Dremel off these little hang tabs, or whatever they're called, but I think I'll just use it as is. I love this metal bird skull, and I was not going to leave the store without it, but the back is hollow.
I'm going to have to do some experimenting to figure out how to attach my magnets so that it will lay flat against my stitching. This is a ring, not a charm, but the actual ring portion is elastic, so I can cut that away, and the back is relatively flat, so it will be easy enough to glue a magnet to that and then have a green eye looking up at me for my stitching. Thank you so much for watching. I am Michelle with Michelle's Romantic Tangle. Let me know in the comments, do you make your own needle minders or buy them pre-made, or do you use needle minders at all? Be sure to subscribe if you're interested and click the notification bell. I will be back with more stitching and quilting videos soon.